Hello YouTube. So my wife and I just bought a 1.1 acre lot of property. But we're sitting here somewhere in the ballpark of about 7,000 feet right now on the property. And so we're going to cut a little bit of a swath down in here to create a parking pad for our RV and for our cars and trailers. And the plan is to move into this in 3 months. It is, what is it? It's November 30th, I think. It is. It's November 30th, 2017, and it is clear as day, 40 degrees out. It's actually pretty nice. I even have my sleeves rolled up with the sun on me at least, and like it's great. And there's no snow out here, and this is a very snow-prone area. So it's been a bit of a mild winter, which has given me a chance to still buy the property. We only closed on it 2 days ago. And so it's ours, and so we're going to now go down and start leveling all of that, and I can officially make some moves on it. So along with buying the property, we also, I don't know if convinced is the right word, I let my wife know that I bought a Kabota, and so we bought a BX23S. So we're going to take that along this property. Hopefully, should be a pretty easy work. We bought, as part of the deal with the dealer, a Kabota deluxe wheel spinner, which of course, as many people see tractors using, it makes your life a lot easier to control your steering wheel easier with one hand, while you have one hand resting on your joystick for your loader controls. So we're going to take this out real quick and put it on our steering wheel. One thing I found about this Kabota steering wheel, I don't know if this is normal with all tractors, but the home position seems to kind of vary just a little bit. So at one point, this is the K in the Kabota for the symbol there. You know, this seemed to be, you know, at the downside was where the wheels were straight in alignment. Now it's kind of sitting over here on this particular notch. So I'm thinking that it kind of floats a little bit. But one thing I found is that this little Kabota emblem just lifts right off, and you can always reorient it. So if it ever kind of changes a little bit, or if it floats a little bit, you can always modify that. And it's a really quick thing to kind of keep everything looking the way it should. So we're going to crack this puppy open and install it. So it comes with a little rubber boot on the inside to wrap around the wheel to protect it. Has some short screws already set into place. Comes with an Allen wrench and what looks like maybe some slightly longer screws for a slightly larger steering wheel. I suspect, being the BX series, that the short screws will be sufficient in order to make this fit just fine. The larger tractors probably have larger size steering wheels, so this does fit up to 1 1/4 inch thick steering wheel circumferences around that direction, and I don't think this is much more than maybe 3/4 of an inch or so. Comes with the Allen tool that you need to install it. And so we're just going to loosen these guys up real quick. Do a quick little test fit, see if this is going to be okay. These actually might be bigger around than I thought. I think I'm going to go ahead and switch to those longer bolts. So I'm a lefty, so I'm going to take my my spinner, and I'm going to install it just to the left of center here. You know, I think that this guy is actually just used to shim up anything that's too small to fit in the center of this curve, because it looks like it fits pretty snugly like that without it. So, and it's having a hard time sitting down. So I think that maybe that is not actually intended for use in every installation, but in installations where it needs to take up the slack to allow this to keep from shifting, perhaps, and on a really small steering wheel, perhaps. And it does feel like it's biting, so I think on this tractor size, or this size tractor steering wheel, that you do need the longer bolts. We're going to get her in position. And in order to keep everything straight and in alignment, I'm going to tighten each side just a little bit at a time until it kind of snugs up. So we're going to maintain vertical right here as the top edge of the steering wheel. So that way as it spins around, it stays in the same orientation to your hand. And if this starts rattling apart, you may come back and put just a touch of blue Loctite on that. But that is it, folks. Feels real comfortable to have it at that angle, facing the surface of the steering wheel. So make sure that you point that side up, and I think you'll find that that's the most comfortable position. Well, that's it. That's mod number 1. We're going to go out and we're going to start moving a couple of surface rocks. I don't have any Under Armour underneath the tractor at this point, so I got to be kind of careful on this yard, because there are a few large rocks that are protruding out of the ground over here and in some spots. So we're going to go and just kind of pick up a couple of those, set them in place, and make sure that we protect the underside of this guy, because I don't have much in way of accessories just yet. We are brand spanking new at this, and some of that stuff will have to come down the road as we get a little bit more experience and figure out what we want, what we need, what works, what doesn't work. But I'm really excited, so we will talk at you later.